And a near steal, the cross-court pass. McClellan for three, good for Jackson State. Tigers off to the 12-4 lead, under 16 to play in the first quarter, or first half. Johnson working against James. Now over to Lynn. Bell on the block trying to back down Williams. Two dribbles, cross-court pass Lynn. Open, left wing three, off the mark. Rebound fought for out of bounds, and it is Jackson State basketball when we come back with 15:38 to play until halftime. Golden Lions trail 12-4 on the UAPB Sports Network.
This is the University of Arkansas and Pine Bluff Sports Network.
Golden Lions trailing Jackson State by the score of 12-4 as Daquan Morris checks in for the first time for the Golden Lions. Jackson has not missed. They are 5 of 5 to start, including knocking down both three-point attempts. UAPB just 1 of 6 shooting. Got to find a way to make some shots as Jackson bringing the intensity early. And one thing of note, just one foul called in the contest. Again, Jackson being very aggressive with his defensive pressure. So certainly from an offensive perspective, we have to match that aggression, that intensity, if you will. As if they're going to bump, we got to be more aggressive with our dribble drives, taking the contact, but dribbling through it, not expecting the call from the officials. As McClellan throws it in, Jackson State basketball following the under-16 media timeout. As Terrence Banyard has all 4 Golden Lion points on a field goal and a pair of free throws. First miss by Jackson. Jared misses the offensive rebound, however, by the Tigers. Jared misses inside once again. Ball loose, out of bounds, and will be Golden Lion basketball. So one thing about it, defense is going to rule the roost. Good start by Jackson. Not typically a high-scoring team per se. Just got to find a way to make some shots. Now Jackson will extend his defense out. Here comes the trap. Get it back to Johnson. To Morris on the right wing, working against Jarrett. Trying to feed Bell on the block. Morris, jumper, 15. Off the mark. Rebound, Jackson State. And Williams with the board. Golden Lions now 1 of 6. From the field. James, cut off by Lynn. McKinnis, good D by Bell. Tough shot, no good. Marquedrick the rebound. 12-4 we trail. And the pass was attempted for Morris off the rim and back over to Jackson State. James out top to Jarrett, working against Banyard. Steps back, baseline pass. Williams powers through Bell. Could not convert. Gets it on rebound. Shot up in the foul called against Bell. I think just some frustration now by Marquedrick. And again, the officials right now letting both teams play. We have to raise our intensity level, maybe just as importantly, our physicality in this first half. As Williams at the line shooting 2 for Jackson State. And knocks down the free throw. And Williams had 9 for the Tigers in the March 1st meeting. 7 of them at the free throw line, most of them coming in the late in the second half and in the overtime period. As Jackson State takes a 10-point lead at 14-4. 14-20 to play in the first half. Got to find a way to make some shots. Talked about the matchup being favorable. But that being said, you still got to put the ball in the hole. Lynn, right wing 3, off the mark, rebound, Jackson State. And Wilson with the board. And right now, everything going in favor of JSU. Near steal by Lynn, out of bounds, and it'll be Golden Lion basketball. As Banyard, Wilson battling for the ball again. Not chippy, but certainly a physical game to start here in the first 6 minutes. Bell at the top of the key. Over to Johnson. Now Morris in front of the JSU bench. trying to urge Morris to shoot the ball. Now Johnson trying to work against James. Josh gets inside. Feeds Morris. Knocked away into the hands of Josh. Throws it up. The shot clock running down. Shot no good. Rebound, Jackson State. 14-4 we trail. McKinnis at the top of the key. Feeds it over to James on the right wing. Passing inside to Bereef Smith. Now back out top. Quick ball movement by Jackson State. McKinnis working against Bell. 3 to shoot. Knocked away. Ball loose into the hands of Wilson. Shot up, no good. Wow, a late foul call. Wow, I think the shot clock had run out. And they whistled Marquise Bell for the foul. And that's his second. It's one thing he's taught the head coach George Ivory about. Got to be smart with those fouls. And now 2 early fouls on Marquise Bell. And certainly a key defensive presence for us on the inside. With 12:57 to play until halftime. We'll need him to be smart as this game moves forward as Doss returns replacing Bell. And Williams returning for Jackson State as Wilson knocks down the first free throw. So Jackson, after making their first 5 shots, have not scored from the field in their last 5 attempts. Free throw missed there. 15-4. Our deficit 11. 12:45 and counting now in the first half. Doss, jumper, rims out. Put back Morris, no good. Knocked away, saved by Williams into the hands of Wilson for Jackson State. And James into the front court for the Tigers. And right now, we're getting some good looks. Iron unkind right now for the black and gold. Williams trying to back down Banyard. Good D by Terrence. Ball loose, traveling violation. UAPB basketball. Golden Lions just 1 of 10 shooting from the field. Got to get some shots to go. 15-4 deficit. Morris to Banyard. Trying to size up Williams. Lost it, got it back. Knocked away, stolen by Jackson State. McClellan gets it ahead to James. Jumper right side, no good. 3-pointer was missed. Rebound, Banyard for the Golden Lions. Johnson, jumper, left side, no good. Rebound, McClellan for Jackson State. Jackson making this work right now. We've got to find a way to put that ball in the basket. Defense has been solid. We've slowed down Jackson. They've missed their last 6 from the field, but lead by 11 at 15-4. Williams working against Banyard. Gets around him. Plows through Doss. Doss called for the blocking foul. And right now, all the signs and calls and the momentum with Jackson State. We'll step aside with 11:07 to play in the first half. Golden Lions trail 15-4 on the UAPB Sports Network.
The ideal. This is the University of Arkansas and Pine Bluff Sports Network.
11:10 to play in the first half. Golden Lion men's basketball. Trailing Jackson State by the score of 15-4. Just joining us on the UAPB Sports Network. You can watch this game on the ESPN app. You can also go to UAPBLionsRoar.com/SWAC. We'll bring you right to the ESPN broadcast portal. Shot missed inside by Evans. Loose ball will remain. Jackson State basketball. Golden Lions getting some stops defensively after a blistering shooting start by Jackson State. Got to find a way to make some shots. Reese Smith, cross-court pass to McClellan with 2 on the shot clock. With 1, just gets it off. Air ball. And while only one official saw that, but air ball was the right call and the correct call. Turned over back to the Golden Lions. See if we can find a bit of an offensive rhythm here with Johnson, Lynn, Banyard, Morris, and Doss. Your Golden Line, 5 on the floor. Doss trying to work against McClellan. 2 dribbles, cross-court pass, inside the Banyard, and scores inside, does Terrence Banyard. He has all 6 Golden Line points. 15-6 we trail. Now Evans with the basketball over to Williams, out top to Jarrett. Guarded by Morris at the midway mark of the first half. Williams stolen by Lynn into the hands of Morris. He attacks, goes up, and scores. Daquan Morris attacking the basket and scores. 4 straight points for the Golden Lions. 15-8. We trail by 7. 9:45 to play in the first half. One thing about Jackson State with this version, although they play tough defense, don't really get away from you too much in terms of a tempo perspective, but McClellan hits a big 3 there for Jackson State. Their lead back to 10, 18-8. 9:25 and counting in the first half. Ball loose on the floor, stolen by Jackson. Jarrett up ahead, stepped on the baseline. It will be Golden Lion basketball. As Nicholas Jones checks in for the first time, along with Kayshawn Stokes. So it's Morris, Jones, Stokes, Doss, and Banyard. Your new Golden Lion 5 on the floor. Game clock approaching 9 to play in the first half. We'll see if Jones can loosen up this tough Jackson State defense. Stokes now to Jones. Working against James. Cut off now on the right baseline. Lost the dribble, gets it back to Banyard. Working against McKinnis. Cross-court pass, Morris in the lane. Shot up and gets the bounce. Nice catch, gather, and basket for Daquan Morris. 18-10. We trail by 8. 4 now for Morris. He has back-to-back Golden Lion baskets. Williams out to James in the right wing, picked up by Jones. Cross-court pass. McClellan for 3. Off the mark. Banyard got the rebound. Got lucky that time. We didn't block out Williams. Did not block out McKinnis, but into the hands of Banyard. See if we can get to 6 or less. Game clock approaching 8 minutes to play in the first half. Morris beating Banyard, working against McKinnis. Gathers, spin move, gets to the paint. Kept his dribble, shot up, no good. Ball loose. Stokes battles for it. Jump ball. Possession arrow. Jackson State. Good patient move by Banyard. Just a little bit off balance on the move to the right side of the basket. We'll step aside with 7. 58 to play until halftime. Golden Lions trail 18-10 in the Cricket Wireless SWAC basketball tournament here on the UAPB Sports Network.
A zipline of incredible flavor directly into your brain. Mountain Dew is like getting punched in the mouth with pure neon refreshment that creates a neural explosion, sending flavor shards of electric brain pulses into your very core of being. Okay, maybe that's a little over the top, but you get the idea. The fact is, the mind-bending challenge of describing the taste of Mountain Dew is way harder than just experiencing it. That, of course, is easy. Just grab an ice cold Dew, crack it open, and toss them back. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
Congratulations to our UAPB student athletes who continue to excel in the classroom. More than 280 student athletes combined to earn a 3.1 grade point average. A total of 12 UAPB teams attained at least a 3.0 grade point average, led by the men's golf program, which combined for a 3.53 GPA, and women's soccer with a 3.5 GPA. We salute our Golden Lions student athletes on a job well done.
Dear Adidas, we believe that through sport, we have the power to change lives.
A female coaching me.
Is anybody watching female sports?
But female athletes are being left behind.
We have the power to make a new world for female athletes. So come together, fight for equality, and level the field to ensure that no matter the challenge ahead, she breaks barriers.
7:58 to play until halftime. Golden Line men's basketball trailing Jackson State by the score of 18-10. Golden Lions doing a really good job getting the basketball inside. Haven't been able to knock down any shots from beyond the paint, but all 8 of our points on field goals have come in the paint. 4 of those by Banyard. He also has 2 free throws with 6 points, 3 rebounds to lead UAPB. Daquan Morris, a pair of baskets both inside the paint area. So good job making the adjustment, getting the ball inside. But now we have to do a better job of shoring up the defensive glass. Jackson State, with 3 offensive rebounds, it led only 2 second-chance points. But a game that is likely to be a nip-tuck type of game. We know Jackson's led by as many as 11 in this first half. Trying to limit their second, third opportunities going to be key as the game goes forward. Of course, McClellan with 2 big threes now. He has 6 points to lead all JSU scorers. Tristan Jarrett had an early game 3 about 90 seconds in. His only basket so far in the contest. 18-10, JSU ball following the under 8 media timeout. McClellan picked up by Jones. And also now Ryland Woods has checked in for the Golden Lions, as well as Alvin Stredick Jr. Jarrett, right baseline jumper, good D by Jones. Rebound, Nicholas Jones. Into the front court. 5-on-4, we can find the open man. Woods. Boy, they're letting him play today because I tell you, Jones plowed right into Woods. There's been a lot of contact in this game. Only 4 fouls called. So the officials letting them play. So not quite gridiron basketball, but certainly got to bring your shoulder pads and some physicality based on how the officials have called it to this point. Doss, top of the key, guarded by McClellan with 10 on the shot clock. Now Morris working against Williams, trying to get inside. Cut off, out to Woods with 4, with 3. Morris has let it fly and knocks down the three-pointer. Daquan Morris, our first 3 of the contest. First points from outside the paint. It's a 5-point deficit, 18-13. Morris with 7, Banyard with 6. They have all 13 Golden Line points. James at the top of the key, guarded by Woods. Now switching. Good adjustment by Ryland. Jarrett on the baseline. Out to McClellan. Picked up by Jones. Williams trying to work inside. Tough shot. Offensive rebound. Ball loose. Still loose. But Williams gets the basket for Jackson State. And that possession right there, critical. Talking about those second, third, fourth opportunities for Jackson State. You have to eliminate those as this game moves forward. Doss steps through, cannot convert on the shot. Rebound McKinnis for Jackson State. 7-point lead for the Tigers. Jarrett step through, and that's a tough foul. That's a tough foul call. Now I know he's the player of the year. I get that. But the Euro step, he tripped, and with all the things they've not called in the first half of this game, that's a tough call against the black and gold. As Stredick Jr. called for the foul, his first and the 4th against the Golden Lions. Tristan Jarrett, SWAC player of the year at the free throw line. First free throw off the mark. As Hicks returns for Jackson State, replacing Williams. Tigers now 3 of 5 at the free throw line. And make it 4 of 6, 1 of 2 for Jarrett. 21-13 as we approach 6 to play in the first half. Morris at the top of the key for the Golden Lions. Trying to work against Hicks. Now gets to Jones on the left wing. Trying to post up Shreddick. Jones. And we got a break there. I think Nick slipped on his own, but we'll take the contact and the foul. They'll call it against James, his first. Only the second team foul called against Jackson State with 5:53 to play until halftime. 21-13 we trail as Banyard returns, replacing Woods in the UAPB lineup. So Doss will get it in to Banyard. Top of the key, Jones. Now Morris on the right wing. Trying to work inside. Working against Jarrett. Tough shot up and in for Daquan Morris. Morris has 9. We trail by 6. 21-15. 5:35 to play in the first half. Morris has 9. Banyard had 6. They've combined for all 15 Golden Line points. Jarrett guarded by Banyard. Pulls up for the 3. Way off the mark. Rebound. Jones, for the Golden Lions on the wing. Top of the key, Dawes trying to get inside. Jumper, 17, off the mark. Ball loose into the hands of McKinnis for Jackson State. Dawes now 0 of 3 shooting for the Golden Lions. Just need him to get one. If he gets one, I think he's going to find that rhythm. Had a good rhythm and flow and stepping into that jumper. Just would not go for Sean Dawes Jr. 21-15. We trail by 6. Under 5 to play in the first half. Ball loose on the floor, and Morris comes out with it into the hands of Banyard. And a chance to cut it to 4 or less with 4:40 and counting until halftime. Jones at the point. He'll bring it to the left wing near the Jackson State bench. He'll clear Morris out. Trying to use the screen. Jones, three-pointer, way off the mark. Shreddick has it to Dawes. Gets inside. Draws the foul. Sean Dawes Jr. will shoot 2 with 4:26 to play until halftime. Good job by Shreddick, seeing that the shot was way off by Jones. Sean Dawes Jr. at the free throw line, shooting 2. And Dawes named a first-team all-SWAC selection on yesterday. First free throw is good on the season, averaging 16.3 points, 6.5 rebounds. A 69% free throw shooter. His first point of the afternoon. And a chance to cut our deficit to 4 with 4:26 to play until halftime. Trailed by as many as 11. As Evans will return for Jackson State. Second free throw by Dawes is up and off the mark. 21-16. 4:20 to play in the first half. Evans working against Jones. Down the left wing. Trying to see the jersey number is James. Gets inside the round. Shreddick off the glass, up and in. 23-16. Under 4 to play in the first half. Jones on the wing, out top to Dawes. Inside, Banyard powers up and scores inside. Terrence Banyard. Another basket, 23-18. Free throw by Dawes, first Golden Line player other than Morris or Banyard to score. Banyard now has 8. Golden Line basketball. I believe it was Banyard who took the contact. And it will be Golden Line basketball when we come back with 3:33 to play until halftime. Golden Lions trailing Jackson State 23-18 on the UAPB Sports Network. 3:33 to play until halftime. Golden Line men's basketball trailing Jackson State 23-18 in this quarterfinal matchup in the Cricket Wireless SWAC basketball tournament. Stay with us for the Reliance Bank halftime report. We'll have your first half stats from this afternoon's game, a score update on the earlier game today between number 2 Alabama State and the number 7 Texas Southern women. game that opened this year's tournament. And also we'll update you on the rest of the schedule for day one of this Cricket Wireless SWAC basketball tournament from Bartow Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. Doss inside the Banyard. Pass inside, stolen, however, by Jackson State. I think the cut was there, passed a little bit too late. Got to make sure to see it. Only the fourth turnover. Want to make sure we end possessions with shots on the glass. James, jumper off the mark. Offensive rebound, put back for Jackson State. And McKinnis, the conference defensive player of the year, primarily for his rebounding ability. Averaging more than 13 per contest, 25-18. The Jackson State lead back to 7. 2:45 and counting in the first half. Morris trying to get inside, gets it to Doss. Left wing three off the mark, and Doss short with that jumper. Got to follow it, throw that hand to the basket, but land in the spot where you took off. Just pulling off a little bit on that jumper. McClellan, top of the key now for Jackson State. Gets over on the left wing to James. Now 10 to shoot for JSU. McClellan, pass inside, stolen by Morris. Foul by McClellan. And they do call it in the backcourt with 2:20 to play until halftime. The fifth team foul against Jackson State and the first against McClellan. As Bell returns for the Golden Lions, replacing Stredick. So right now it is Jones, Morris, Banyard, Bell, and Doss Jr. Your Golden Line 5 on the floor as we approach 2 minutes to play until halftime. Jones gets inside, gets it out to Morris. He'll drive, 15-footer off the mark. Rebound, Jackson State. Evans with the board. 25-18. We trail by 7. Final 2 minutes to play in the first half. Three-pointer, Evans off the mark, out of bounds, and it will be Golden Line basketball. We've cooled off the Tigers from a shooting perspective. They made their first 5. But since that time, they've made only 4 of 17 shots from the field. And our last meeting with them on March 1st, Jackson made only 4 of 24 three-pointers. Bell out to Banyard. 16-footer, good for Terrence Banyard. Banyard now with 10. First Golden Line double figures. He has 10. Morris has 9. Doss has 1. We have 20. Trailing 25-20. Final minute 20 until halftime. Williams working against Doss. Corner pass, quick ball movement. James working against Jones. Out of control, rejected by Bell. Could not get the board, however. Jumper, no good. Ball loose. Golden Lions have it. Foul called against Jackson State with 1:06 to play until halftime. So we withstood the early run by Jackson State. They led 15-4 with 10:41 to play in the first half. Since that time, we've outscored Jackson State 16-10 to cut it to 5, and a chance to get it to 3 or less. As Morris will bring the basketball into the front court. Final minute of play in the first half. Morris trying to work against James. Gets to the paint. Jump ball. And they'll say it's going to be JSU basketball with 56.9 to play until halftime. I don't think the arrows switched the table earlier in the first half. And yes, actually will remain Golden Line basketball with 56.9 to play in the first half. As Lynn and Johnson return for the Golden Lions. So once again, a chance to get it to 3 or less. 19 to shoot as Doss will get it in. Gets it to Lynn on the left wing. Now at top, working against Evans. Into the hands of Bell now on the baseline. Pass deflected, stolen by Jackson State. Don't force it. If it's not there, just get it back on that perimeter, work it around. Let's reset. Evans, cross-court pass quickly. McClellan on the left wing. Now to James, guarded by Johnson. 15 to shoot for Jackson State. Final 30 seconds of the first half. Inside, quick ball movement. McClellan, left wing three, good for Jackson State. His third three of the first half. 28-20. We can hold for the final shot. Game clock, 12 seconds to play until halftime. Johnson on the wing to Doss. Trying to get free for a shot. Working against McClellan. Baseline jumper off the mark. And that's how the first half will end. As the Golden Lions trail Jackson State by the score of 28-20. This is your Reliance Bank halftime report. Time for second half action in the Cricket Wireless SWAC basketball tournament. Golden Line men's basketball. Number 7 seed trailing Jackson State by the score of 28-20. It will be Jackson State basketball to begin this second half with James. Quick ball movement, errant pass. James tracks it down from McKinnis. Now James gets it back from McClellan, drive up in the paint, and good for Jonas James of Jackson State. 30-20. 10-point deficit once again for the Golden Lions. Opening possession of the second half. Doss, top of the key, being hounded by McClellan. Gets it to Banyard, feeds Bell. Off the glass, back iron, too strong. Rebound Williams for Jackson State. Point blank shot. Got to get those to go down. McClellan, right wing three, fouled, makes the shot, has a chance for a 4-point play. And we've got to make that adjustment. We talked about it in the first half. Trying to make someone else beat us right now. Number 10 for the blue and white, answering the call for Jackson State. That's his 4th three of the game. He has 12. Banyard with the foul, his first. And a chance for a 4-point play for the Tigers. Of course, the name sounds familiar. He is one of the sons of Conference Commissioner Dr. Charles McClellan. As Canaan completes the 4-point play. 14-point lead now for Jackson State. Work to do for the Golden Lions. 34-20, opening minute of the second half. Bell on the left wing. Pass deflected by who else? McClellan, who's been all over the floor for Jackson State. Out of bounds will maintain possession with 16 to shoot. And Coach Ivory talked about making someone else other than Tristan Jarrett beat us. Right now, McClellan answering that call for Jackson State. We've got to find a way to make some shots. Down 14. Offensive foul as McClellan was plowed into by Dawes. And he is giving Sean the business here this afternoon. And to Canaan's credit, he also played great defense against Doss in both games earlier this season. And while Doss had 16 with 10 boards in the first meeting at Jackson, just 6 points with 3 rebounds on 2 of 8 shooting in Jackson back on March 1st. We've got to find a way to free him up or someone else to step up as Banyard and Morris has been doing as McClellan misses the runner. Rebound Banyard. 34-20. 18-20 remaining. Doss inside the Banyard score and a chance for a 3-point play. And Banyard has kept us close in this contest. He now has 12 of our 22. He has a chance to convert the 3-point play. Foul on James as Bell with the assist. His second for the Golden Lions. So 12 for Banyard, coming off a 12.5 rebound game in Friday's win at Mississippi Valley State. His third consecutive double-digit scoring game and 5th in the last 7. Banyard makes the free throw. Season high tying 13 points now for Terrence Banyard. 34-23 we trail. 18-10 remaining. Got to get some stops. As Williams travel, no call. Blocked to the bounds by Bell. Or they'll say off a Jackson State player. It will be Golden Line basketball. It's a good defensive help by Marquedrick Bell. But got to find a way to make some shots. Intensity slowly starting to pick up as Bell on the left wing being hounded by Williams. Bell trying to get inside. Jumper from 10, off the mark, tipped up. Rebound McClellan for Jackson State. Now Jarrett in the corner, out top, quick ball movement. McInnes with the dunk. 36-23. 13-point lead for Jackson State. 17:30 remaining. Johnson on the right wing to Banyard. Trying to get inside. Feeds Bell. Shot in the paint, up and in. Let's see if that basket gets Bell going. His first field goal, he has two. 36-25. 17-10 remaining. And with the pace of play Jackson State has, you don't want to waste or not take advantage of the time remaining. Don't want to wait too late to try and make a run. One chip away and chip away as Banyard. Good defense, but Jarrett the offense. And delay of game called against Jarrett. Has been very emotional in this game from the start. He scored, ball went through the hoop, and he headbutted the ball further away from the goal. So delay of game violation called against Jackson State. 38-25, 13-point deficit for the Golden Lions. 16:45 remaining. Lynn in the corner working against Jarrett. Now the Bell, the high low to Banyard. And Terrence could not convert. Fouled on the putback. And Banyard will shoot two with 16:34 remaining. Banyard, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists in the contest. And he has 3 of our 5 free throw attempts to this point. Golden Lions 4 of 5 at the strike. 10 of 30 shooting overall. Got to find a way to get on a bit of an offensive run. Cut this deficit down to 5 or 6 by that 10-minute mark. As Banyard knocks down the first free throw. Season high 14 points now for the senior from Milwaukee. He is now 4 of 4 at the free throw line. Second free throw for Banyard is up and off the mark. 38-26, 16:30 and counting. James gets it out to Williams working against Johnson. Now Jarrett lost it out of bounds, and it will be Golden Line basketball. But we've got to make that turnover hurt. We've turned over Jackson State now. That is their 11th turnover. We've scored 9 points off the previous 10. Got to start stringing some scoring offensive possessions together. Lynn, right corner 3, too strong. Rebound, Doss saves it for the Golden Lions. To Bell, over to Johnson. He will slow it down. Game clock now under 16 minutes to play. 38-26, Golden Lions trail. Lynn, right wing 3, off the mark, rebound, Jackson State. Golden Lions now 1 of 10 from three-point range. But Lynn comes up with the steal, gets it ahead to Johnson in the front court. Cross-court pass to Doss off the glass. Goaltending, count the basket for Sean Doss Jr. First field goal for Doss. Media timeout with 15:39 remaining. Golden Lions trailing Jackson State 38-28 on the UAPB Sports Network. $15:39 remaining in the second half of this Cricket Wireless SWAC basketball tournament quarterfinal. The Golden Lions trailing Jackson State by the score of 38-28. If you're just tuning in, want to watch this game, go to UAPBLionsRoar.com. JSU.edu/SWAC, SWAC, to watch the video stream on the ESPN app. As all tournament games will be available on the app. The men's final on Saturday you can watch on ESPNU at 5 p.m. Jackson State basketball following the basket on the goaltend for Sean Doss Jr., his first field goal. James gets it over to Jarrett, guarded by Doss. Now McKinnis working against Bell. Turnaround shot off the mark. Banyard the rebound for the Golden Lions. Johnson in the front court. Over to Banyard. Left it for Lynn on the right wing. Now Johnson takes it left. Doss, double team. Turnaround shot. Block. Foul on Jarrett. And we'll take it with 15:02 remaining. And we talked about the physicalness of this game. It's been clean, but it has been physical. More so JSU bringing the fight from a defensive perspective. See if we can match the intensity. Doss at the line, shooting 2. As Sean knocks down the first. And when he has to get going with 15:02 remaining. If he can give us 8-10 this second half. We've already gotten 14 from Banyard. We have 9 from Morris. Free throw by Doss Jr. is up off the mark. He gets 1 of 2. 4 points for Sean Doss Jr. 38-29. Under 15 minutes remaining. James, jumper, good for Jackson State. 40-29. Jackson now 5 of 8 shooting in this second half. As Doss hit in the face, lost the ball. He is injured on the other side. As James drives, gets it out to Jarrett. Pulls up three-pointer. Good. And a medical timeout. As Doss was hit in the face. And no whistle was blown. As Doss clearly hit in the face on the far side from our broadcast location. Clearly shaken up. He'll be attended to behind our bench area as Daquan Morris checks in. 43-29. 14-point deficit. And the officials are reviewing official review, so we will keep it here with 14:27 remaining. Don't forget Golden Lion women's volleyball in action tonight, taking on Southern at 6 p.m. You can watch live at UAPBLionsRoar.com/LIVE. Under second-year head coach Chelsea Lucas coming off a 3-set sweep on Monday night against Grambling, taking on Southern tonight at 6 p.m. in the H.O. Clemens Arena. It appeared that Doss may have lost. No one's speculating. He's on the far side of the arena, opposite from where we're broadcasting from, high above Bartow Arena. As Morris will replace Doss in the lineup with 14:25 remaining, 43-29. 14-point deficit, our largest, with 14:20 remaining. Morris on the wing to Bell on the block, 2 dribbles, steps through, shot up, no good, but gets the whistle. And Marquedrick Bell will shoot 2 with 14:14 remaining. And again, with the pace of play of Jackson State, don't want to wait too late to start a run, but we've got to find a way to put some scoring offensive possessions together. Been outscored 15-9 in this second half. 3 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 at the free throw line. We've not found a touch from three-point range, just 1 of 11 in the contest as Bell knocks down the free throw And Ryland Woods returns, replacing Joshua Johnson in the UAPB lineup. Bell now with 3, along with 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Second free throw up and good. 43-31. Game clock approaching 14 minutes remaining. Williams out top to James. Now McClellan on the left wing. Near steal by Morris. Knocked away out of bounds. Will remain Jackson State basketball with 15 to shoot. So McClellan will trigger in front of the Jackson State basket. Throws in the backcourt to James. Brings into the front court. And now back to McClellan. Jarrett gets inside, lane parts, and up and in. He understands where the holes are. When Jarrett has the basketball, don't retreat from him. Try to go to him. Only his second field goal. An offensive foul called against Woods as he got inside and plowed through, as Woods also a tight end on the Golden Lion football team, of course, UAPB football. The big 33-30 win at Southern this past Saturday. Back in action Saturday, March 20th at Grambling in the noon game. You can hear right here on the UAPB Sports Network. Jarrett fadeaway jumper is good. 47-31. 13-15 remaining. The answer by Woods. And one thing about Ryland Woods, he's not fazed by the moment or who's guarding him, as he answers Jarrett's 3 with a 3 of his own. Now James gets inside. Foul on the floor. They're going to write at number 11. And Ryland Woods like, hey, man, I'm here. I'm confident just like y'all are. I'm not fazed by it. That is the second foul on Ryland Woods. So it is JSU ball following the foul against Woods. 47-34. James on the left wing. Gets free on the screen. Jumper up, off the mark, offensive rebound. Blocked by Banyard, but a late whistle and a foul called against Terrence Banyard, his second. And that again, got to keep them off the glass. That, I believe, is their 8th offensive rebound unofficially. And now send McKinnon to the free throw line. 6 points, 8 rebounds, and that's what Javis McKinnon gives Jackson State. His ability to rebound the basketball not only keeps possessions alive on the offensive end, but ends them from a defensive perspective. As he misses the first free throw, now officially with 9 rebounds, misses both. Rebound, Banyard. Got to find a way to get some points. 47-34. As Woods loses it, ball loose still on the floor, into the hands of Bell. Inside to Lynn for the basket. (47-36), but the answer for Jackson State. (49-36). Under 12 minutes to play. Morris gets inside. Tough shot, no good. Rebound, Tigers. And shots and made shots hard to come by for the Golden Lions. as Jackson State shooting 50% from the field. Air ball out of bounds, and it will be Golden Line basketball when we come back with 11:27 remaining. Golden Lions trailing 50-36 on the UAPB Sports Network. 11:27 remaining. Golden Lions men's basketball trailing Jackson State 50-36 in this Cricket Wireless SWAC basketball tournament quarterfinal game. And we have got to find a way to make shots. We're outscored by 8 in the first half right now, being outscored by 6 in the second half alone as Jackson State shooting 49% from the field at 19 of 39. They are 7 of 13 from three-point range. Golden Lions, 35% shooting on 13 of 37. Just 2 of 12 from three-point range and minus 13 right now on the glass. Being out-rebounded 31-18 on the glass in this contest with 11:27 remaining. And remember, for all the latest news in Golden Lion athletics, visit our official website at UAPBLionsRoar.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at UAPB Lions Roar and on Facebook at UAPB Golden Lions Athletics. And download our free mobile app for Android and iPhones. And get live stats, live game broadcast straight to your mobile device or computer. Golden Line basketball following the under-12 media timeout. Doss Jr., Lynn, Banyard, Stokes, and Bell. Your Golden Lion 5 on the floor. Banyard on the right block. In the paint to Bell. Turnaround shot up, no good. Rebound, Jackson State. Game clock now moving under 11 minutes remaining. James gets over to Barreef Smith on the right wing now atop to Jarrett. Trying to work against Stokes. Pulls up for the jumper. Off the mark, air ball, rebound, Bell. And now Lynn brings the basketball into the front court for the Golden Lions. Banyard on the right base. I'll make that Doss, fouled and will shoot 2. And a foul called against Tristan Jarrett. And the second against Jarrett. And the 5th Jackson State team foul of the second half. They'll say it's in the act of shooting. 3rd foul against Jarrett. Doss at the line, shooting 2, 4 points on 1 of 6, shooting 2 of 4 at the free throw line, and make it now 3 of 5. And with 10:34 remaining, got to start being go time, a little more sense of urgency, a little more focus on finishing the offensive possessions. Good start there as Doss knocks down both free throws. 50-38, 10:25 remaining. James, guarded by Lynn. Now McClellan on the left wing. Works left, gets it to Jarrett. Trying to work the wheel. Jarrett gets to the right block, cut off, rejected by Banyard. Jarrett saves it, throws up near the rim, into the hands of Banyard. Now Lynn into the front court to Doss. Working against McClellan. Gets to the paint, feeds it to Stokes. Open, right wing 3. Count on it. Kayshawn Stokes, the 3 from the right wing. It's a 9-point game at 50-41 with 9:45 remaining. Our 3rd made 3 of the afternoon. James, guarded by Lynn, gets around him. Tough shot. Boy, that's based on the way they've let the teams play in this contest, that's a really, really nickel-diamond type of foul there. Was it contact? Yes. Based on the way the game started, that foul is certainly got a bit softer, if you will, as Jonas James at the free throw line for Jackson State, one of 3 players in double figures with 13 points. First free throw off the mark. Tigers now 5 of 10 at the stripe as Williams and Wilson return for Jackson State. Second free throw up and off the mark. Rebound Doss. A chance to cut it to 7 or less with 9:25 and counting. Banyard to the top of the key. Dribble handoff to Lynn. Jackson switching at the top. Doss pushed by McClellan. No foul call. Sean trying to get free on the right wing. Banyard trying to get open. Cross-court pass, Lynn. Left wing 3 off the mark. Banyard, the offensive board. New shot clock to the Golden Lions. Pass inside, and somehow Doss comes out with it. Double team. Gets it out to Stokes. Around to Lynn. 10 on the shot clock. Under 9 minutes remaining. Lynn trying to get inside. Lost it. Stolen by Jackson State. Again, if you're going to dribble in there, you got to be a little bit tougher because they've been physical against our dribble drives. 8:40 and counting. 9-point deficit, 50-41. McClellan back to Wilson. And now McKinnis working against Banyard. Gets to the paint, shot up, counted, and chance for a 3-point play. As McKinnis got to the spot he wanted, went up through Banyard, scored, and has a chance for a 3-point play. The foul against Banyard is his third. As Morris and Jones returns for the Golden Lions, replacing Lynn and Stokes. As head coach George Ivory trying to plead his case to the officials. McKinnis now with 8, trying to complete the 3-point play with 8:29 remaining. And he does. 53-41. Starting to get late. Got to get some stops. Got this to 9. We got to maintain the defensive urgency while scoring almost every time down now. Banyard. Inside pass knocked away. Terrence gets it back. Attacks. Got to be a blocking foul. Terrence, go at him. He's moving with you. Just go right through him. Foul called against Wilson. That'll be the 6th team foul against Jackson State. Will it be free throws or possession for the Golden Lions? It'll be our ball underneath the baseline as Doss Jr. will trigger. As Evans returns for the Tigers. 8:09 remaining. 53-41. Golden Lions trail. Doss lost his footing into the hands of McClellan, who saves it to Evans. Game clock now under 8 minutes remaining. McClellan on the right wing, guarded by Doss. Takes it left, top of the key now shaded by Bell. Top of the key 3, good for Kanan McClellan. And he has been the difference maker for the Jackson State Tigers. As Dawson's shot blocked, Banyard the rebound, fouled on the putback, and Terrence Banyard will shoot a pair of free throws when we come back with 7:34 remaining. Golden Lions trailing 56-41 on the UAPB Sports Network. .34 remaining. Men's basketball trailing Jackson State by the score of 56-41. And I also want to congratulate UAPB women's basketball player Khadijah Brown, who was named as the SWAC Newcomer of the Year as well as a second-team all-conference selection. As KD scored in double figures in 17 consecutive games to end the season and 18 of 19 overall. And she was 8th in the SWAC in scoring at 15.2 points per game, 4th in rebounding and just under 9 per contest. Also 4th in field goal percentage at 51%, 13th in free throw percentage at 64%, and 7th in blocks at 1.3 per contest. And she had 9 double-double games in this 2020-21 season under second-year head coach Dawn Brown. Women's basketball missed out on the tournament based on the tiebreaker procedure for the league. As Mississippi Valley got the 8th seed in the tournament. They will play later tonight against number 1 Jackson State. And then in the final game of the day, on the men's side, number 1 Prairie View takes on number 8 Valley State. You can watch all tournament games on the ESPN app, with Saturday's men's final to be televised on ESPNU. Banyard at the line shooting 2 with 7:34 remaining, and the first free throw rattles home. 15 points now for Terrence Banyard, already a season high. And with just 7.5 to play, it has to be go time now for the Golden Lions. We trail by as many as 17, trailing here by 13 at 56-43. 7.5 remaining. McClellan guarded by Morris on the right side. Good D by Daquan, switched out. There's the trap. But they find Wilson across to McInnes for the dunk. Seems like every time we get close, put a little pressure on, they find the right seam, the right pass to make the right basket. 58-43. Game clock now under 7 minutes remaining. Jones on the right side. Banyard, jumper, off the mark, rebound, Morris. Fakes, shot up and in. 11 down for Daquan Morris. 58-45. 6.5 remaining. Got to chip away. Possession at a time, but McKenna's getting free, and that's the one thing that concerned head coach George Ivory. McKenna's is really more of a dunker. They find ways to get him free. They do it again that time. And our deficit back to 15. 60-45. Game clock approaching 6 minutes remaining. Whistle in the foul as Bell and Williams battling inside. Foul on Williams is his third. Will be a 1-and-1 situation for Bell and the Golden Lions as Johnson returns, replacing Banyard. Bell 4 points, 1 of 6 from the field, 2 of 2 at the line so far today, and now 3 of 3. As the Golden Lions now 13 of 16 at the free throw line. With just over 6 minutes remaining, every free throw now vital. Got to get the freebies to make this comeback. As Bell gets them both. 60-47. Game clock now under 6 minutes remaining. James, shot up off the glass, up and in. And right now, their offense is finding the seams against our defense with the dribble drives. 62-47, 5:35 remaining. And Jackson now with 22 in the paint. Doss trying to get free against McInnes. Morris gets it back to Doss. Feeds Bell inside, knocked away, stolen by Jackson State. And James comes out with it with 5:15 remaining and the 15-point lead for Jackson State. Out top to Williams. Got to get stops here with just 5 minutes remaining. McClellan to Wilson. Three-pointer, good. And the deficit now is 18 at 65-47 with 4:45 remaining. Dawson's three to answer, off the mark. Rebound, McClellan. Game clock now under 4.5 minutes remaining. Williams, guarded by Doss, out to Wilson, and now McClellan. With the team high 16 for Jackson State. Gets inside off the glass, misses, rebound, Bell. Ahead to Johnson, view to Morris for the slam. And we need more of that in this final 4-minute stretch. 65-49. 13 for Morris. But got to get stops. At 65, a high point total for Jackson State. With 37 in the second half. Jumper off the mark, rebound Bell. Golden Lions down 16, 3.5 to play. Jones, long two, good. 4 straight points for the Golden Lions, 65-51. This will be the bonus break. We'll take the bonus break here in the second half with 3:27 remaining. Golden Lions trail 65-51 on the UAPB Sports Network.
This is the University of Arkansas and Pine Bluff Sports Network.
3:27 remaining. Golden Lion men's basketball trailing Jackson State 65-51. Do we have a final run left in us with 3:27 remaining? Can we get enough stops and make enough shots to put heat on Jackson down the stretch? Stokes, Jones, Woods, Morris, and Bell. Your Golden Lion 5 on the floor with 3:27 remaining. Full court pressure now, as you would expect by the Golden Lions. McClellan to throw it in for Jackson State. Get it into James. Picked up by Stokes. Here comes the trap. James gets it ahead to Wilson in the front court. Picked up by Morris. D without fouling. Wilson gets the return pass from James. Now Jarrett. Over to Wilson. They want to run some clock. Near steal by Woods, and he saves it for Morris. Daquan into the front court. Out of bounds will remain Golden Lion basketball. And we'll take the official under 4 media timeout here with 3:05 remaining. Golden Lions trailing Jackson State 65-51 on the UAPB Sports Network. 3:05 remaining in the second half. Golden Lion men's basketball trailing Jackson State 65-51. Definitely go time now. Just 3:05 remaining, trailing by 14. Got to get at least 2, maybe 3 on every possession going forward. Stay with us for Lions Roar postgame, brought to you by the 410 Lounge. We'll have our Coach's Corner postgame interview with head coach George Ivory. That presented by the Neely Law Firm. So Doss will throw it in to Morris. On the right wing, top of the key, Bell. 3 minutes remaining. Jones on the left wing to Banyard. From the back down, McKinnis. Shot in the paint up, no good. McKinnis the rebound for Jackson State. 2:45 remaining. Needed points on that possession. Down 14. You got to get stops and quick shots. Jarrett lost it, got it back. Shot up off the glass, up and in. 15 now for Jarrett. And the Jackson State lead is 16. That's 67-51, 2:25 remaining. Morris into Bell on the right wing. Cross-court pass. Jones trying to get inside. Attacks, lost it into the hands of Jarrett. Foul called against Morris. with 2:0 and the game clock still running. And the officials have not noticed it. And the game clock is still running. The game clock temporarily paused at 1:54, should though put at least 10 seconds back on the clock. Temporary stoppage in play here with 2:12 remaining. And they will go to the video review to see how many seconds go back on the clock. Right now showing 2:12. Very tough situation here for the Golden Lions. 2:12 remaining. When they're able to come back, we have an extended version of Lions Roar pregame. As due to tournament media obligations, head coach George Ivory has to go first to the SWAC Media Zoom. And we'll try to have live coverage of that before he joins us here inside Bartow Arena to wrap up this game. If we can't pull off the 16-point comeback in the final 2:12. So we'll see how they call it. And looking to review, and Jared's been a highly emotional player for Jackson State throughout the season. Many of you who follow SWAC basketball may have recalled then their game earlier this season against Southern on the road on ESPNU. Jared walked off the court and took his jersey off as he left the court in Baton Rouge. Didn't see enough there really for a technical. With 2:12 remaining, they are going to have the conversation with head coach Wayne Brent. And this just announced from the Southwestern Athletic Conference as quarterback Skylar Perry has been named as the SWAC Offensive Player of the Week following his 4-touchdown game against Southern on Saturday. They did call a technical foul against Tristan Jarrett, resulting in free throws for Daquan Morris. He knocks down the first and misses the second. Foul on Jarrett, which is a tech, also counts as a personal foul, his fourth, with 2:12 remaining, 67-52. But Jarrett will remain on the floor. Doss, thinking about the three, pulls up for the three, off the mark, rebound McKinnis for Jackson State, his 11th. Game clock now under 2 minutes remaining. And the foul on Morris with 1:54 remaining. Jarrett with 15 points on 6 of 13 shooting. But certainly the three-point shooting of McClellan got Jackson State off to the fast start. Tigers have led from the beginning as Jarrett. And now 17 for Jarrett. 69-52. 150 and counting. On what looks to be the final game of the Golden Lions men's basketball season. Jones, top of the key, Banyard over to Morris. Trying to get inside, back to Banyard. 10 to shoot for the Golden Lions. Morris gets inside, off the glass, up and in. Nice controlled move for Daquan Morris. 16 for Daquan. 69-54, 120 and counting in the contest. Ball knocked free. Doss comes up with it to Jones. Right wing three. Good. 5 quick points. 69-57. 105 remaining. And head coach George Ivory will call a 30-second timeout with 105 remaining. Still life for the Golden. Got to find a way. Steals. We'll take the two, but with just 105 remaining, if there's a quick two to be had, let's get it. If there's a quick two to be had, let's get it. But the steal first or the quick foul, try to prolong this game with 105 remaining and trailing 69-57. While we've scored 37 in this second half, we've allowed 41 points as Jackson State has shot 59% from the field in this second half, including 5 of 7 from three-point range. So 105 remaining. Morris, Stokes, Jones, Doss, and Banyard. The 5 on the floor for the Golden Lions. Full court pressure by UAPB with Morris at the point of attack defensively. Bounce pass to McKinnis. Back to James. Foul by Stokes. Just 3 seconds off the clock. Now we'll send Jonas James to the free throw line where he is 0 of 2 in the contest. 19 fouls against the Golden Lions. 1-and-1 situation for Jackson State as Stokes does his job and is replaced by Bell in the lineup. Meanwhile, Wilson returns for Jackson State, replacing Evans. James with 15, but 0 of 2 at the line in the contest. Knocks down the first. 70-57. 13-point lead now for Jackson State. And James gets them both. 71-57. Final minute of the game. Morris gets it to Doss. Pass deflected. Doss gets it out to Morris. Three-pointer good for Daquan Morris. His second three of the game. He has a game-high 19. 71-60. Near steal by Morris, but called for the foul against Jarrett. Morris now season high 19 in the contest. Jarrett at the line shooting 2 for Jackson State. And he knocks down the first. Second free throw up and off the mark. Rebound, Doss. 72-60. Jones trying to get free for a 3. Off at the top, gets it inside to Bell. Out to Doss. Jumper blocked from behind by Jarrett. Doss gets it on rebound. Attacks the basket. Hard foul by McKinnis. And Sean Doss Jr. will shoot 2 with 34.8 seconds remaining. Doss shooting 2. Just 6 points in the game on 1 of 8 shooting. First free throw is up and good for Doss. Golden Lions now 16 of 20 at the free throw line. And with all the COVID challenges in college athletics, of course, tomorrow is the 1-year mark, if you will, when COVID became very real in the athletic space as the NBA paused activities last year. That date was on a Wednesday. And with all the challenges with COVID in 2021 from the college athletic space, the NCAA has ruled that no players lose eligibility. So everyone is eligible to come back, and we'll see how head coach George Ivory as well as head coach Dawn Brown reload their teams for the 21 season. Out of bounds, 31.3 seconds to play, 10-point deficit, 72-62. Again, we'll have an extended Lions Roar post game. As Morris working against Jarrett, foul called. Daquan trying not to foul. But Morris called for the foul with 26.2 seconds to play. And a strong game, strong finish to the season for Daquan Morris. 4 straight games in double figures. 19 today. A season high, just 3 off his career high for the Golden Lions. Free throws by Jarrett here. First free throw is good. As Jackson State will advance to Friday's 2 p.m. quarterfinal versus the winner of number 3 Texas Southern against number 6 Alcorn. That game will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. As Jarrett makes them both. He now has 20. 74-62. Three-pointer Jones off the mark, out of bounds, air ball, and it'll be Jackson State ball with 18.9 to play. And bounce pass to Jackson State, and we will not foul. So an extended version of Lions Roar postgame brought to you by the 410 Lounge. Up next as men's basketball season come to an end with a 74-62 loss to Jackson State. Stay with us right here on the UAPB Sports Network.